Oh, hi, podcast listeners. There's many ways you can listen to the Real Nerds podcast. You can subscribe on iTunes. You can also subscribe on Stitcher Radio. You want to send us a Twitter message? You can do that. It's so easy, at Real Nerds. Like us on Facebook, Real Nerds Podcast. You can visit our website, realnerdspodcast.com, where there'll be a lot of articles for you to not only read, but to listen to our previous shows. Do you like your stories told through pictures? Then you can also follow us at Real Nerds on Instagram. You can also call us, 720-6nerds5. Thanks for listening and enjoy the show.
Camera, action!
Well, a real nerd knows who shot, and a real nerd can follow the plot, and a real nerd can...
talk film! I'm sorry.
Take it outside.
Well, a real nerd knows who shot, and a real nerd can follow the plot, and a real nerd will give it all they got. Lights, camera, action! Real nerds!
Welcome, all you crazy cinephiles. This is Real Nerds Podcast. I am Ryan. I am joined by Brad.
Hey, what's up?
And all the way from yesteryear Ballyhoo Review, Mr. Zach Eastman.
Hello.
But you're wearing a Real Nerds hat, you traitor to your own podcast.
Yeah, how dare I betray my black and white podcast with this red and black hat.
Yeah.
Wait, it's got white on it too, so it's got black, white, and it's red all over.
So it's kind of, like the Phantom of the Opera from
yes,
the early 1920s.
yes, where they did like a very brief tinted color scene where the Phantom is wearing that death mask.
That I read that they painted, so
Yes, hand painted.
very, very cool.
Yeah.
I love the process of making film.
Yeah.
And that's why we're here. Every week we see a new movie and we podcast our experience of the world. This week we saw Honey Don't. Is that how you're supposed to say it? I don't know.
I have no idea.
I don't remember anyone saying it like that in the movie.
They didn't, but it feels like it should be said like that.
No, you heard me say it that way 5 times as we walked out of the theater. Don't. Will you please leave?
We'll recommend the film or not, play the trailer, and then we'll spoil the film. We'll also talk about the big movie news this week, which I'm actually going to skip over because there's other news. It does involve a movie. And also stuff we've watched throughout the week. But the biggest news of the week, you guys, Taylor Swift is engaged. When they
I'm just so happy for them.
when they put her ring on, she tried to shake it off, but she wouldn't let him because that wasn't the love story that she wrote. And those are the only 2 Taylor Swift songs I know.
Damn, you're good. I remember this morning I was doing some editing stuff, and I saw that while scrolling on Facebook, and I sent it to my girlfriend, and she responded with, "Oh my God, Mom and Dad are engaged."
I hope there's no bad blood between them and their relationship.
Because I don't want them to end up like Romeo and Juliet.
But it's okay if
that's enough
maybe they can
it.
work out their differences and begin again. Aha.
That was a deep cut. You know a little too much about T Swift.
Well, I'm not an inside man, and I'm not trying to infiltrate your podcast with Taylor Swift knowledge. Hey, get away from me!
You know how I found out? No joke. I have ESPN alerts on my phone, and I have it set
God.
to Adam Schefter, who's the NFL insider, and that's how I found out because he broke the news.
Nice.
It's this big joke going around the internet right now that Adam Schefter broke the news, and he's an NFL insider. It's pretty funny. That he took it from Instagram, so I guess she broke the news.
Yeah.
I mean, she seems happy.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Happy's happy. Fun is fun. Joy is joy.
For my fantasy football draft this year, I needed a tight end, and I drafted Travis Kelce.
Oh, so you're going to marry him
And I
instead.
threw up a little bit in my mouth, not so much because he's dating Taylor Swift. It's because I'm a diehard Bronco fan, and putting any Kansas City Chiefs on my team kind of hurts me on the inside.
Desperate times call for desperate measures.
It's not going to hurt when you rack up those huge scores.
Yeah, we'll see. He had an off year last year, but now that he's engaged, maybe he's a new man. You know what's funny though? I will never draft an Oakland or Las Vegas Raider. I won't. I can't do it. Even if they're the best player. What the hell's my cat doing? Even if they're the best player, I just won't do it. I can't. Mm-hmm. I dislike them so much.
I know.
But the real story is, Brad, Thunderbolt 3 is the most awarded movie of all time for Nebulous Visions. So tell us about that.
It's the most awarded Thunderbolt movie of Nebulous Visions. Yeah. Since the other two, the first one was late, so it couldn't win anything. The second one screened the best of, but didn't win anything. And this one won 2 awards, so it's the pinnacle of Thunderbolt movies.
Well, you completed the trilogy, so they gave you those awards to accomplish the whole thing.
It was a Lifetime Achievement Award.
It's definitely like a
Exactly.
Return of the King vibe.
Yeah, exactly. And coming soon, Wicked Part 2 winning Best Picture.
But we didn't hear, how did your screening go? Obviously, it went well if you made it to the best of and you won awards. Obviously, the audience liked it, correct?
Nope, we did not get audience choice.
Oh.
But yeah, I think it seemed like it went well. Yeah, I don't know. Like, no one's really talked to me about it.
Did people laugh at the right time?
I think so. I mean, our sense of humor it seems very niche now compared to the reactions I saw from other people's movies. It seems like we're playing in a 10-year-old sandbox still. You guys haven't seen the movie, so I don't know how to describe it to you.
Which awards did you win?
We got Best Sound Design.
Nice.
It's the only movie I think ever in Denver that's been turned into 5.1 surround sound.
Nice.
So that was a big thing for that. And then we also won Best Costume Design.
Nice.
Which, thanks, Amazon.
Yeah, but you were also talking about the sound mixing when we last spoke.
Yeah, they said so it's screened at the end of both the best of and the original screening. It was like the end of the night movie, specifically because they wanted to show everyone this is what your films need to sound like. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Setting the bar there. Yeah. Yeah, now it's off to Colorado Short Circuit Film Festival to screen there.
And that's this weekend?
Next weekend.
Next weekend.
I'm a featured filmmaker, so they're also showing Stalker and Catastrophe there.
Wow, you didn't put that in air quotes. Nice.
What?
Featured filmmaker.
He just forgot. It's been a long day.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm supposed to do other than screen my movies, but yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, no, it's like a weight is off my back of things I've had to do this summer, and Thunderbolt 3 got the crew back together. We did something fun. It's a bummer not still not be in the top 3 films, considering how hard it was to do.
So which one won then?
Stranger Studios Mixtape and Melody. I think it's their 5th or 6th best win.
Is it better than your film?
Yes.
Be honest.
So
Be
the story didn't grab me, and then that's kind of a big thing about everyone says when you win this it's because of the story, and I would say any of the films really had a big story. I don't know, maybe I'm just desensitized because I do this podcast, I watch so many movies that nothing really resonates anymore.
Sure.
And even our own is just it's just dumb, stupid, anti-capitalism action adventure type thing. But the thing about the Stranger one compared to everything else is that it's impeccable. There's no oh, we forgot a frame, or we forgot to render this thing, or it's a bad edit, or the sound's bad. Everything, the only knock on it you can make is your subjective opinion of the story. Everything else is so theirs was this mockumentary, and there was a super genre. So it was this mockumentary about this fake TV show. So they did the flashback to when it was in its prime, and they had all these animation and graphics with their characters on a green screen. I didn't know, so the second time around, our character plays guitar and fights people in our movie, and in their mockumentary they pulled it off better because they could do graphics with the anime style action from the guitar and everything. But then it once they do the mock interviews and everything, they cut to the middle, it switches over to the real present day. And they talk about one of the stars, fell into despair and drugs and alcohol and stuff, and then finding a way back to so there is an arc to that and everything. So it's good, but it didn't that idea didn't blow me away because it almost felt when I did Rebound.
It sounds like everything I've seen before. Doesn't sound unique.
But the way they presented it is just like so technically professional. And really, you need something like that flawless to compete against films from other countries that are just doing all the time. Like, you can't just think about to win it. You can't just think you're doing the best in Denver. You have to think you're like, oh, I can compete against Los Angeles or New York, where there's production houses doing this. And so I that's like the level I don't think that we're ever going to get over. So,
Well, it seems like they have an unfair advantage.
yeah, it's that not just them. Like, I feel like because they do professionally do this stuff, but the past, I'd say 4 or 5 years, it's been like either a production house or like someone adjacent to them has taken it home. So, yeah,
Interesting.
like I said, you just have to be flawless. So, they deserve to win, but
In
it's
48 hours, though, like this is one of the reasons like you would never want to catch me trying to be at the helm of a 48-hour film.
Lincoln.
Is I have no.
my eyes are watering.
Because I just can't imagine having to work with that turnaround. I've helped you on several of those in small capacities.
You helped on Thunderbolt 2, right?
What?
You're on Thunderbolt 2, right?
Yes, I was. And then there was like
Like a horse farted in here.
I know. The Justice team one, that one I did an assembly edit for you, and I walked in and out, and I'm like, man, everybody looks like they got bags under their eyes, and I cannot deal with that kind of stress. So, like, it's amazing that you still keep doing it, but I applaud filmmakers like you who get it done and aren't necessarily like working for a production house, just because you guys have to actually overcome far more obstacles.
Well, yeah, if you have a production house, you go out and film it, and then you give it to an editor, and the editor does all the work. So
Yeah, I think it's like kind of our Achilles. Like, to some extent, it's impressive that I wear so many hats, but at the same time, we probably would be better off if there was more people. Like, all that workload was spread out amongst other people.
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
So I can't look at it being like, oh, that's amazing that you did this movie with like this small group of people that aren't production people, but I don't think that factors in at all. It's like,
well, no, not when it's an audience award.
yeah, all those other teams that do win, they have like a specific person for each of those things. So, I think until we can find like people willing to join the team to do that kind of stuff, it's going to be more the same. But also, in the interim, I've like come up with ideas. So like we went into it thinking Thunderbolt 3, like if this is the last one, that's what we want it to be. But then like the past few weeks, I've been like, oh, I have a really good idea for a silent film. Oh, I have a really good idea for a food film. And so next year, I'm just like, even if it's just me, I want to try to like knock those off.
Yeah,
Call
do
me
it.
on the silent film. I'll hand tint the image for you.
Oh my God. Yeah. I want to tell you actually I have 2 ideas for it, but I'll tell you off mic.
Nice.
Anyway. So no, it's cool. And I hope, I'm working on the director's cut now with all the, polishing up all the stuff I didn't get right the first time around. So, hopefully it'll be online soon, but not after, next weekend. So
Very cool. So where can they see you at this next festival?
it's in the Colorado Springs, Ivy Wild School. It's 3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I think it's the 6th, 7th, and 8th. Yeah. And then, so Thunderbolt 3 will be on the Saturday night at 9:30. And I think Catastrophes on Friday at like 4 or something. But just go to, IFSOC, IFSOC. And, it's the Independent Film Society of Colorado. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that'll have a link for the whole festival. And
Very
tickets and
cool.
stuff, yeah.
Nice.
Nice. I like to toot your own horn for movie news,
Thank you.
and that's why I always put it first in these instances.
Appreciate that. That's why I started the podcast, was to like promote my own shit. So
So, like I told you a few weeks ago when you first talked about this and you released the trailer for Thunderbolt 3, I thought it was your best looking and sounding trailer you ever put out. So
yeah, it's one of our best movies. Like, you got to come see it in the theater. Like, it's
well, I know somebody who can get me in and see it in a theater.
yeah.
That would be you.
Yeah.
You just really don't want to pay an admission fee at the Bug, do you?
Well, it's not that. I mean, I would do it at the
I was
Bug.
gonna say it's already been in the Bug twice.
Yeah, the problem is it's always Saturdays, and I'm usually
Sundays.
Working. But
No crime can rest for a day.
Yeah, I mean, if the next time it'll be at the Bug would be like an EFP, but that's months and months away, I'm sure. But you know, we can always do it after hours.
Well, there's
Yeah,
a
that's
couple
what I
of
mean.
theaters that are near demolition. Why don't we just take a projector into one of those rubbles and do it
should.
that way?
It's projected on the side of the building.
Yeah.
Yeah,
By the way, make sure you wear some very efficient masks in there.
very cool. Congrats, Brad.
Thank you.
This week we saw Ethan Cohen's latest, Honey Don't. Brad, do you recommend this crime caper?
I don't think you need to rush out and see it.
Oh, Zach.
Yeah, it's fine. We'll talk more about it after the trailer, but it's fine. It's fine. It's not great, but it's fine.
Yeah, when I was sitting through it, all I could think is, I want my money back.
Ooh,
Your honey money.
Yeah, yeah. It's.
you want your honey back?
I mean, I'll talk more about it after the trailer, but yeah, you don't have to rush out and see it. I don't know. It's. I don't think it's a very good film. Here's a trailer for Honey Don't.
The address you wanted?
Thanks, MG.
Honey, right? Love those click-clacking heels.
Honey O'Donohue, to what do we owe the honor?
Can you tell me about this woman, Mia Novotny?
She got stabbed and stuffed in the car, I guess.
In the cool of the evening when everything is getting kind of cool.
Only when we submit to the will of God do we serve him. Hector, not in the sacristy.
You call me up and ask me would I like to go with you and see a movie.
The French, they're not happy.
Who's not happy?
First I say no, I got some plans for tonight.
Honey O'Donohue, I ain't seen you in a minute.
Mia Novotny, are you aware of any trouble she was in?
Want she owe you money?
She was afraid of something the cops couldn't help her with. I said I'd help. Cops said it was an accident.
Love is
That was from her church in town. She never wore that in the house. You'll neither.
Why is a private investigator looking into a traffic fatality?
What can you tell me about?
Do you drink?
Heavily, it's a point of pride.
Should you and I discuss this over a drink?
Tuesdays I dry out.
Today's Wednesday.
Today is Tuesday.
spooky.
Action. Duty. Submission. There is no higher service.
I help people, Miss O'Donohue. I see a need and I fill it.
You see a need and you exploit it.
This is God's punishment.
And His will be done.
Can you help me?
Yeah.
You're fascinating.
And you haven't even seen the riddle tattooed on my ass.
Love is kind of crazy with a spooky little boy like you.
I'd like to make a statement up front about this film.
Oh, here comes a defense.
Here
it comes.
No, it might actually
Tired of
be
this podcast being so controversial.
It might be like I mean, sure, maybe it's a defense. I asked Brad this after the movie wrapped up, but Ryan, you've seen The Big Sleep, right?
Yes.
So I think you would agree, like most of the film world, that the plot of The Big Sleep doesn't matter and makes absolutely no fucking sense.
Sure.
This is the LGBTQ Big Sleep. The plot virtually means nothing, but the mood and the atmosphere is worth watching.
Sure, but I would hit back that is there actually a atmosphere to this film?
I think there is. There's some kind of like neo-noir set in the
I didn't get it.
West,
I
or-
think that they're trying to get the desolate vibe from it being in
A
I think it's
rundown town.
Bakersfield.
Bakersfield. Yeah, like a rundown Western town. At the Alamo, both Ethan Coen and his wife talk about wanting it to be kind of grimy, but I also didn't really get that feel from it. It felt incomplete in as far as a story and as far as a film.
Yeah, it's not grimy like a Fincher film.
Yeah,
it's just a hot and dusty film.
Yeah. Anyways, in the film, a private investigator named Honey is asked to investigate something for this woman named Mia, and she doesn't know what it is. She turns up dead, and then there's some random French lady
who's like helping Chris Evans's church.
But why?
Smuggle something?
Because they're dealing drugs under the.
Yeah, no, I got that, but.
Yeah.
But what? But why the French?
Because the French connection, like suppliers, I think, is what they're intimating there. I don't think it's very well thought out at all.
It's not, and I think that's what's really disappointing watching this movie.
Yeah,
is I know who. I mean, yeah, there's usually a Coen brothers, but it's not like Ethan Coen forgot how to make movies.
I was they're trying to like follow a mystery, and it's not really that.
No, and then you watch. So, anyways, she goes on this long. It seems like long. The movie's only 83 minutes long, and I wanted to like hang myself. I said, "This movie's only 83 minutes long." It felt really long.
I was worried because I fell asleep like when she's trying to find her niece, and she's waiting at the bus stop, and then the bus comes, and then like I picked up when MG finds her in her apartment. I was like, oh my God, did I miss just like half an hour of this movie? And he said it was like a minute.
Yeah.
Like roughly. Like, yeah. And I agree
and then
with
nothing
you.
was resolved.
No.
I agree with you. The script's incomplete. And that's why I kind of pushed it into like, it's very much like The Big Sleep where the plot gets lost entirely.
Yeah, because it...
And sometimes that's not a bad thing.
No,
yeah.
But the MacGuffin and the mystery should be driving it, just like the Maltese Falcon. It's not the Maltese Falcon isn't the greatest script mystery ever.
No,
but the way it's shot, the way it's acted, the way there's tension.
There's better
involved.
cohesion too.
Yeah, at this movie, I never felt the tension. I didn't understand the mystery. I mean, the huge swerve of Aubrey Plaza's character being this villainess. Where the fuck did this come from?
I think they're trying to the goal that they're going for, and I don't think they flesh it out enough. Is the reason she kills is because she kills the victims who allow themselves to be victims in abusive circumstances, but it's really ill defined.
Where was the setup for that?
But yeah,
there is none exactly. Like the closest you get is Chris Evans's character because obviously abusing the powers of the church to get his sexual kicks off, right?
Yeah, the only part I was even entertained in the movie is where it's on Chris Evans and he's, what the fuck? And it's, him saying, what the fuck 3 or 4 times. But even his character feels...
It's not complete enough, and it means nothing.
Yeah, this is a phrase I haven't used in a really long time, and Brad knows it. It's a very independent movie where you have a huge star like Chris Evans, and he's in it, kind of, and you give him this role that isn't fleshed out. That his point is, so he's corrupt because he's a pastor who has sex with a bunch of women and has people killed because they're dealing fentanyl on the side, and it pisses off the French. And I don't like the logic in the story. I can't. It's not that I can't follow it. It just seems.
Why is that interesting?
Yeah, exactly, and it's unfulfilled. And
they start a bunch of they start a bunch of strands, and then those strands lead virtually nowhere.
When I watch movies like this, I feel that there's probably 40-50 minutes cut from this film.
Which could be arguably said about Driveway Dolls as well, which was their first outing.
So I didn't even watch that one.
I think it's technically a lot more cohesive as a plot than this movie.
I mean, Margaret Qualley, she's great.
Yeah.
And I believed her, and I believe that she was tough, and I believe she was no nonsense, and I get the character she was going for. They're basically turning the film noir hard-boiled investigator on its head. It's not some dude in a trench coat.
Mm-hmm.
It's this very attractive, lesbian going through her day, and she doesn't have these relationships. Even, the thread with her father, like, where did this come from?
I'm not defending that, because at the end of the day, like, they needed a little bit more substance in those areas. They're trying to get at it seems like they're trying to get at the angle of the way Honey, like, I don't know, like, lives a life that she's able to live confidently through and unashamed of who she is. But there's like introducing the father that late in the game, having the niece go disappearing, like in like near the last third of the movie, like everything kind of seemed like it was something that should have been addressed 15 minutes ago.
Sure,
make
too.
sense?
And then,
Yeah.
so she's, for 5-10 minutes,
Mhm.
she's looking for her niece, and this is all she cares about. And then the scene, she's back at her agency going, oh, well, whatever. It's really odd.
Yeah. I was going to ask you, because like I talked about this with Brad, and we came up with this theory, I guess. It seems like, how in a Coen Brothers movie, sometimes they'll do something that's unexplained, but it doesn't feel out of left field. It feels somehow it belongs in the movie.
Sure.
I have the feeling that Ethan is the one that comes up with those ideas, and Joel's the one who edits them down to something palatable. Because in Drive-Away Dolls, they do the same thing. There's certain threads that kind of lead nowhere, and they introduce wacky ideas that don't necessarily mesh with the rest of the movie. And I'm not saying that I don't like the movies that he's put out with Trisha Cook. I'm just saying that they feel underdeveloped. And this is definitely the case. It's almost just like you kind of wish he had given the script to Joel and been like, polish this, please.
And, Trisha Cook is fine. I don't know if this is necessarily her genre, though.
Mhm.
She is a great editor. The film's edited well.
It looks amazing. Immaculate.
But when you have Burn After Reading and you have Brad Pitt's character in it,
Mhm.
That's the character you would expect a Chris Evans to be. But it never materializes in this film.
No, it doesn't.
Where he's kind of sleazy, he's kind of funny, and then he's killed off screen.
That's one of the things that frustrated me, because I'm just like, we spent so much time with him to have him needlessly bumped off. Even in like even if you just showed him shot in the head, that would have the same visceral effect of watching Brad Pitt get shot in the head and Burn After Reading.
Did I sleep through Chris Evans getting shot in the head?
Well,
No.
we don't know where he gets shot because they do it off screen.
He fucks the French lady, and then she says, "I want to have one last thing."
The French are not happy, and then
then she kills him.
Points the gun. He goes, whoa, whoa, whoa. And you think that it's going to be a switch where he kills the French lady. But no, French lady goes on off.
I missed that.
Yeah. Again, like, I enjoyed a good chunk of the movie, but I get it. Like, there's issues here. There's major issues.
And then the payoff with Aubrey Plaza's character just didn't make sense to me. It's totally out of left field.
I will say, though, you like watching, like, if you were saying the comment that, like, Ethan Coen does know how to make a good movie. There are scenes in this movie that are fantastic. That scene where with the kid who ran over the scene where with his mother, and then the hitman coming to kill him, like, that was really nice, solid tension. I was like, where's that for the rest of the movie?
Because even when he's taken the laundry off the clotheslines, it's well done, because he's playing with what you expect. You expect him to pull in someone being there. That's the old horror cliche. And that's cool.
It's funny you brought that up, because like last night I rewatched Halloween 6, and that has a similar scene, right?
Yeah.
Where Kim Darby's pulling down the laundry and whatnot. I was like, this is a better version of that scene in that movie from 95.
And that's what I mean, because he is a good filmmaker,
Mhm.
and it's there.
Yeah.
It's just, I think the script really lets him down.
Or you need to make this movie longer.
Yeah, I don't know what the answer is.
Yeah, I will say, like, if you're looking for like an exploitation-y kind of schlock film, which is what they've admittedly said that that's what they're going for, then it technically fits the bill.
Yeah, but then you get disappointed because at the Alamo they had the interview with he and Trisha, and you get excited because they talk about Evil Dead level of violence, and a lot of the violence happens off camera, or it's a quick cut and you're supposed to fill in the...
Yeah.
I mean, when he runs over the dude in the parking lot, you hear it, But when you tell me Evil Dead, I'm expecting to see the head explode from behind or something. And
They go towards that area, especially in that standoff scene after the laundry. But I'm not seeing Evil Dead in there.
No.
I think chaotic like Evil Dead. Sure, there's scenes in there where there's quick editing and like hit first, ask questions later. Like when she knocks the shit out of Aubrey Plaza and burns her face. Like, okay, that's got the energy of the way Raimi edits a movie. But yeah, I don't know where that comparison would go otherwise.
Yeah, then you get disappointed because Charlie Day's in it, and you expect him to be the comedic relief. And
he's the most consistent character in the movie, by the way.
Yeah.
But he has the same joke like 3 times.
Yeah, it's just a bummer.
Yeah.
Because he's not in it very much, and every scene is him asking out, honey.
Mm-hmm.
And that's his thing.
That's his thing, is that he seems to think he can turn.
I know, and it's just
Margaret Qualley.
Yeah, and it's weird because she comes to him that her niece is missing and he doesn't care, which is really odd.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. So it's hard to relate to the character. Mm-hmm. And I know sometimes people make movies where you're not supposed to like any of the characters, but shouldn't I like, Charlie Day's character and Honey? Because they're basically the heroes of the movie, and he's trying to help her, but then she goes to, MG, and
it's so weird because prior to that, even though he's written as this character who keeps thinking he can turn a lesbian straight, he's always helped her out.
Yeah.
He's never not given a clue or something. And then, yeah, in that one scene, he's just like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, it's
also
bizarre.
Where was her niece? Like, she just shows up at the hospital at the end.
Yeah, and that's weird because I was trying to listen to the dialogue, but it's so muffled, so I didn't know. Like, did Aubrey Plaza have her like held hostage? Did she?
Yeah,
where was she?
And so, why did she hold her hostage too? Because she killed everybody else.
I have no idea.
Or unless she killed that one lady at the beginning, and then no, because the French person drove her off the. I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Yeah. But that's, again, it's like The Big Sleep. I don't know what's going on, but I liked watching it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know if I like this one, though.
I'm
still on the fence with it.
Yeah, no, I mean, again, the only reason I would encourage people to go out and see this in a theater is because I guarantee you there's no other movie like it playing in a movie theater right now. And at the end of the day, I always like to watch some of these smaller films thrive. I will say that, I liked it more than Drive Away Dolls. More so because I just enjoyed sitting in the atmosphere it presented. But I get it. There's problems with this movie, and it's a bit incoherent. And not a bit. It's a lot incoherent, which either could be an asset or a detriment.
Yeah, and I don't know. I can't take the announcement that they're making another one as a threat, or it's going to be another movie.
Well, they already planned this as a trilogy starting with Drive Away Dolls. And it seems like they're able to Focus is able to make money back on the deal. So I haven't even checked the letterbox. I have no idea how people are responding to this movie, but I have read reviews that are very, very frustrated with the movie, and I get it.
Average 2.5.
Hey, that's what I rated it.
Yeah, sounds about right, I guess. I would go higher, but that's me.
Yeah, not me.
I get it.
Just go back to being brothers who make films together. That's all I want. That's all I want.
I know now which Coen brother has the sauce.
Is that a review?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I feel bad saying that,
This movie really said honey dote, and I should have listened.
Oh, come on.
Take a shot every time this movie abruptly changes plots. You'll be in a coma.
That's pretty accurate, that one.
You could do the same thing with The Big Sleep and get just as smashed. But yeah, I get it. I really like I like the intent of what they're doing as a couple in terms of making movies. But yeah, that doesn't mean that they're not shortchanging stuff.
Yeah, hopefully they'll learn from this going forward.
Yeah.
We watch films throughout the week in a segment I call What We've Been Watching.
So, yeah, this is the stuff we've been watching.
Zach, what'd you watch this week?
Oh my gosh. I've been going back through some of the Halloween films just for shits and giggles, and I think I messaged you about Halloween 5. It's a film that I always go back to going like, maybe it's not as bad as I remember it, and then it keeps disappointing me.
I do that with Jason Goes to Hell a lot.
Yeah, you're just like, there's got to be something here. There's got to be something. And nope.
You know what's funny is Adam Marcus keeps on coming up on friend suggestions of me for me on Facebook.
Aw, you should friend him. Do it.
Well, no, then he'll find out that I think his film is shit, and then he'll blame me for his incompetence as a filmmaker.
Ah, gotcha. Well, he shouldn't be blaming you because I can guarantee him that you have had nothing to do with the making of those movies and Texas Chainsaw 3D. Just going back to it. But I think I messaged you actually about Halloween 5 where I'm just like, you can explain this film by remembering that the director told the two bumbling cops to walk like penguins as an actual piece of direction. And that explains the movie.
You know what's interesting is George Romero never directed zombies.
No.
Because he didn't want them all to do the same thing.
Yeah.
And I think that's some of the best non-direction you can give someone.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I would never tell a performer of Michael Myers or Jason how to behave in the scene.
Yeah, no.
Because you want that to come through their performance, not through a direction by you.
Yeah.
You know, obviously as a director, you'd be say, hey, you know, swing the machete faster or get to the spot faster, but I wouldn't tell him how to move.
Carpenter literally told Nick Castle on that first one, I just want you to walk. Like I say, he gave him no other direction except for the head tilt, I think. Yeah. The head tilt was the only one that he gave.
And that's fair.
Just been doing that for shits and giggles. I did watch a movie for the first time called The Innocents from 1961, I believe, with Deborah Kerr. It's based off of The Turn of the Screw. Everybody was...
Was it a film to remember?
You know what? I think I will remember this movie more than An Affair to Remember, which is saying a lot because...
Why would you say that?
Okay, Carrie. Now hear me the fuck out. You dead British fuck. Yes, An Affair to Remember is a classic, but does anybody throw a turtle through a window like it's a rock?
No.
In Affair to Remember? Exactly. It's just a very well shot, like atmospheric, gothic thriller, haunted house kind of movie, so to speak. It reminds me of The Haunting a little bit, but it's less lingery. Or no, wait, I'm sorry to take that back. The Haunting's a little bit less lingery than this movie. This movie builds and builds. There is a long sequence, kind of like The Haunting, where she's hearing sounds, but the difference is in The Haunting, Julie Harris is like hearing it through the walls. And in this, Deborah Kerr is kind of wandering through the house, and several different things in a soundscape are kind of consuming her. And the story of it for folks who aren't aware is that like a woman comes to become a governess for these two children who live in an estate while their uncle literally does nothing except sit on his hands. And she starts to wonder if the children are themselves malevolent or are they inhabited by something malevolent. It's one of the gutsiest endings to a movie from 1961 I've ever seen. And I won't spoil it because I'm sure you'll want to check it out, Ryan. It's actually on Criterion. So you can pick it up for that during the half off sale. But what they do is fairly ballsy considering that the code would have probably told them exactly 3 years prior, you can't do this ending because it is way too dour and it implicates Deborah Kerr getting away with something. It's very interesting. I was very happy to pick it up on Blind Buy. Totally worth it. My friends of mine have been recommending it to me for the last 3 years, and so happy to have caught that. Last movie I saw is Murder by Television with Bela Lugosi. It's bad. You don't need to watch it.
Well, but the title doesn't give me a lot of confidence.
It's weird though. It's two movies in that brilliant Hungarian's career that all somehow center around the importance of the invention of television, because it's this and International House from 39, I think. So like, yeah, it's not a good movie. It's like it's Monogram like or something from Poverty Row. The mystery means nothing. You're just watching Lugosi. Occasionally they cut to the invention of a television and woo, look at it and do things. But yeah, it was pretty bad. It was very bad. But it's not fun bad. Like I was kind of just bored by it. Like
That's always a bummer.
Yeah, like if you give me a good bad movie like The Brighton Strangler or something like that, like I'll dig into that. But this one was just like, I enjoyed talking to friends over text over watching the film. If that makes sense. So yeah, that's all I've been watching.
Brad, what'd you watch this week?
Well, last night I saw a double feature of Batman and Batman Returns in Dolby Atmos.
Oh, very cool.
That was fun.
My new Catwoman comic by Frank Cho has the Hell Here thing.
Oh, nice.
It's fun.
Yeah, but each screening was $20.
Whoa.
It's like,
in what world?
Yeah, it's like I used to pay $9 for this shit at the Esquire, and I know it's Atmos, but I don't know if it's like. I would expect
Did you
like
get the most out of it.
I got the Atmos
Get
out of it.
your own house.
I will. That was bad.
Brad, you own the house.
I mean,
now.
I guess was there a noticeable difference watching it in
Yeah.
that premium format?
Yeah, the sound for sure. Like there were certain like sound effects that I don't think I've ever heard before, or like they appeared in different places compared to other screenings. But visually, I don't know if like they can do a better scan of the movie, but it's not an IMAX screen, but somehow like a lot of the film was blurrier. Like you could see so much detail, and yeah, obviously, the first one they probably didn't film the best because they didn't think it was gonna be like a blockbuster when they started. So there's like a lot of like film grain stuff that showed through, and then also stuff like in Batman Returns, like there's this. Catwoman's talking to the Penguin, and then she gets like the umbrella around her neck and carted away, and there's like it cuts from Danny DeVito to this wide shot of the city where they're on the ledge or whatever, and you can clearly see like the double is not Danny DeVito. So yeah, stuff like that really shines through. And the first movie, when the family gets mugged and there's that shot of the cathedral and Batman's on the ledge, he's looking down and he turns around and walks back, which I've always known has been animated. But boy, does it look animated in that format. Like it's like someone just painted some black, like frame by frame Batman walking away stuff, and
it's like how they were drawing Superman back in those old serials so that he could fly.
yeah, and then like the Warner Brothers logo, which is like looks like a really blurry title card.
Did you get your Warner Brothers ball cap?
You can't something without a Warner Brothers ball cap. I can't remember the commercial.
Can't watch a Warner Brothers.
You can't get it anymore because I'm sure Zaslav burned them all.
So, but yeah, it was still cool. I mean, probably should have been $20 for both, but yeah.
Wow.
And then also continuing the retro thing, they re-released the first Ninja Turtles movie last week, and it did so well, added $3.3 million to its total, which Box Office Mojo is very slow to update.
So it's very close to beating Avatar, right?
Did I tell you why I think Box Office Mojo is owned by James Cameron? Because when they re-released Avatar, they just added it to its gross.
Yep.
When they re-released Endgame, they put it as two separate releases.
I don't even think they do this shit with Gone with the Wind either.
I know, and they did that with Spider-Man No Way Home, is they have two separate releases. I go, wait a minute.
Yeah, on the Turtles one, it's broken down into like, I guess they re-released it a couple years ago or something. So under the main thing, there's like, here's the totals for like this release, but still under the Turtles one. So
yeah, they just don't want, James Cameron to lose his title.
I can't wait for the tell-all documentary after he kicks the bucket, where everybody's going to be just like, he held everybody at Box Office Mojo hostage.
But yeah, I saw Ninja Turtles 3 times, and it was amazing.
Nice.
But they do advertise, like, come see it. You'll get to see some behind-the-scenes stuff that will probably be on the Arrow release. And it's really just a commercial for this 4-hour documentary that I've actually met the guy who makes it. He was at New York Comic Con like in 2009 when I went, and so yeah, there's like a 4-disc Blu-ray of like all this Ninja Turtles 2, Turtles 1 behind the scenes stuff.
Cool.
That has been like hinted at, but has never been like a special feature on any of the existing Blu-rays. So so yeah, like it's really, you get like some like clacker shots and then basically an advertisement for this Blu-ray that's coming out. And like this Kickstarter thing.
But for people who have not gone to it and this is their first experience, that might be a big deal to them.
Yeah, and it's also the whole thing. I think is like less than 5 minutes. So, so like I thought I was gonna get some like real behind the scenes shit. And the one full scene they have, I've seen before, and I think it might be on one of the DVDs. Is the original alternate ending where April and Danny Pennington go to like this comic book publisher, and they show them the drawings, and the turtles appear behind the window of the skyscraper, like trying to check in on the meeting. He's like, "This would never work."
And they look at the camera and shrug.
Yeah, and then Michelangelo falls off the building.
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
Totally not radical, bro.
Yeah. So like, I've seen that one before.
Cowabummer.
But all the little clips they did have was like, oh yeah, I want to see more of that. Show that. So yeah, that was cool. What'd you watch?
Yeah, I watched a couple things. There's a movie that came out in 1990 that my friend Brandon and I used to watch all the time called Repossessed.
It was an incredible story about furniture being taken away, right?
Yes. It stars Leslie Nielsen as Father May I. He exorcises a demon from Linda Blair, as Linda Blair plays a woman who is possessed when she's a young girl. And then when she's an adult and has kids, she gets repossessed. So they have to call in Leslie Nielsen to help. The movie's not that great.
That's a great name, though, Father May I.
Yeah, but there's this silliness to it, and that it's a spoof, a very specific spoof of, you've had to have watched The Exorcist to get a lot of the jokes. But all the actors in it are game. I mean, Linda Blair is pretty great in it. My favorite little bit in it is, so she gets possessed by the devil through the TV, and before Leslie Nielsen comes in, they have another young priest, like The Exorcist, and so she has to see the priest, and he comes in, and she says, "Father, you have to help me. The devil came out of the TV and into my soul." And he just stops her and says, "Okay." And then she becomes the devil and like pushes him on the bed and starts like trying to choke him out, and the kids come running in and say, Dad, Mom's humping the priest." It's a stupid shit like that. And it's all narrated by Leslie Nielsen. He's at some college giving us a class, I guess, about exorcism. And when you first meet the kids, he says she grew up and had two very lovely kids, and it cuts to the kids going, "We want," I forget what the dialogue is, and it cuts back to Leslie Nielsen, and he looks at the camera and says, "I said they were great kids. I didn't say they were great actors." It's stupid shit like that it's fun. Nice. Yeah, so that Kino Lorber put out a Blu-ray of this movie, and it has an actual brand new commentary on it. Hey, you know what? I consider that a win, since I think in its total lifespan, it made $200,000 in theaters.
Wow.
So that it exists is pretty cool.
I mean, they're also giving Radioland Murders a release. Like they're really rocking it, man.
Yeah.
They're gonna put they're getting an interview with Brian Benben on that thing, I think.
We don't know who that is. Tell us who that is.
He's the main actor of that Radioland Murders movie. Anyway, my point being, I'm just like, this is the stuff I wanted 15 years ago. Now I'm too old to, like, I've got to take time to watch the entirety of this disc.
Physical media is making a dent.
It is.
Blu-rays, Best Buy is going to start going back to selling online.
Yeah, it's coming back.
Nice.
And, I tell this to everybody, and they showed up at my door today. I got Arrow's releases of the remake of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and then they also put out the beginning.
Yeah.
And when they were when I pre-ordered them, they were $47. They dropped all the way down to $24. And if you get a limited edition Arrow for $24, you should take it, because they have great interviews. Every one of them has some sort of booklet in it that is usually 15, 20 pages minimum. I mean, stuff like Barbarella, I got the limited edition. It's a 150-page book with it.
Damn.
But you should just get it. So if you see an Arrow movie, something that Arrow puts out, know that it's well done.
It's frustrating to read the Turtles one. People are like, I just want the first one.
Yeah.
Like, you're getting 3 HD movie or 4K movies.
Quit whining.
They should be happy that they found the original camera negatives and went through and scanned them in 4K.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I have the Blu-rays of 2 and 3, and those are not good transfers.
Yeah.
Also, odds are eventually they will do a standard version of individual titles because Arrow has done that before.
I was actually telling Brad they usually do that.
But they'll each be like $45
Exactly.
each. So
And
get the trilogy.
You won't get the cool box, and you won't get the book that will come with it. They haven't announced the book. I guarantee you there's a book with it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I love one of the first Arrow special edition I ever bought, because Arrow used to only really do England.
They're still primarily UK
Yeah.
based, but they have started reaching into that market. I only have I have the Takashi Miike, or not Takashi Miike. Oh my god, the guy who made Tetsuo the Iron Man. I got the box set of it because I was doing a podcast series on Japanese horror.
Mm-hmm.
That thing is packed to the brim. 6 movies in 3 nice interchangeable cover arts. Like, thing's fantastic.
Yeah, I got hooked on them. Man, this has to be probably 12, 13 years old, maybe older. But they put out, it's called Hellraiser, the Scarlet Box.
Yep.
And
I
you
remember
literally pull it up, and the films fan out.
Mm-hmm.
And then each film has a book associated with it. It's a beautiful set that you can't get anymore. You can get the individual movies now. But,
Right.
But the Scarlet Box has been out of print forever. And that's when I was turned on to them. And they do a really great job. They're probably my favorite boutique label, only because they'll take total shit movies that don't deserve what they give them, and they will spend time to, make them look really nice.
Kino's been my go-to recently because of just some of the small titles. I found one called Curse of the Undead. It is a Western movie involving vampires, I believe.
Nice.
$12. I'm going to get it.
Yeah.
Because I want to watch something alongside John Carpenter's vampires and not look silly.
Well, I'll always shout out Kino Lorber for putting out Bottoms on Blu-ray.
Yep.
The other thing I watched, speaking of really cool titles, we have Vinegar Syndrome Denver in town, and we're lucky to have that. And so I always go there, and I usually get maybe one movie, but I kind of dig through all their slipcovers. And the one I got is called Murder Rock Dancing Death, which is an Italian film that is a slasher, but it also is kind of a musical. The story is whatever. It's about this dance trope that is being attacked by a guy who uses anesthesia to make the women pass out, and then he takes like a sharp pen and stabs them through the heart. So it's kind of macabre.
Or a Giallo.
Yeah, it's definitely a Giallo movie.
Does he have a black glove on?
He does. It's
Okay.
definitely a Giallo movie. In fact, I think it's a it's a Fulci. So it's just cool. When the police are investigating, it's okay, but it's really driving when the music and dancing's happening and when the killings are going on, because he employs this kind of strobeness to it, where the scene will dim and then light and then dim and then light as the killer's moving through. So it's really kind of cool. And I got it because the slipcover is a fully painted like woman who's screaming like this and her boobs are hanging out and the little pin is being stabbed into her. I go, this is really cool. So I take chances on them sometimes. So I got that one. Another one I haven't watched yet, but I got there is Shiva Baby, which Rachel Sennett is in Bottoms, and she wrote it. So I know you've seen it, but it was this really small print of limited edition slipcovers. That I've never seen the movie. I heard it's just okay, but I really like Rachel Sennett, so I'll watch it.
Nice.
That's what I watched this week. Next week, we are seeing The Toxic Avenger.
Nice.
Should be fun.
The remake.
Yes. Yeah.
Yep, I got my ticket for Thursday. I'm excited.
Heck yeah.
Yep.
Until then, we'll see you at the movies. Or don't.
Well, a real nerd knows who shot. A real nerd can follow the plot. And a real nerd will give it all they got. Lights, camera, action. Real nerds.
Thanks for listening to Real Nerds Podcast, a Nebulous Visions production. Stream or download episodes, read articles at realnerdspodcast.com. Stream us on Apple or Google Podcast, Stitcher, Spotify, or iHeartRadio. Follow us on Facebook, Real Nerds Podcast, Twitter and Instagram at Real Nerds. Watch us on YouTube, Real Nerds Podcast. Email us at realnerds@gmail.com. Call us at 720-6nerds5. Thank you to Sparks Mandrill, Mike at Plan 9 Studios, and Bolognium for all of our groovy theme songs. And that's how you fucking do it.